So we'll be starting in just another minute or two, so just make sure that you have what you need handy, your props, block, strap. And we're going to start in the middle of the mat in a seated position. So while we wait for everyone to come join us, let's just start by sitting nice and tall. And you want to make sure that you're sitting on your sits bones or on a block. If you have any stiffness or tightness in your hips, any tightness in your hips or thighs, maybe sitting on a block will help you to open your thighs a little bit, open the hips a little. So use that block to sit on whenever you feel that you want to loosen up, or just let the hips relax more if it's a little uncomfortable just sitting on your buttocks. So we're going to begin again in the middle of the mat in the seated position, and just place your hands onto your knees, and then just gently raise your shoulders up to the ears, lift them all the way up, inhale, and exhale, pulling them down. Just pull your navel into the back of the spine and lengthen your spine, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and keep your chin level with the mat, and just gently let your eyes close. So establishing a nice straight spine and a comfortable seat. Legs are crossed in easy pose. And let's begin by, just as the eyes stay closed, just start to focus on being present here and now. And try to let go of any thoughts that you may have brought with you this evening, so that once you sit here, you're ready to begin your practice. You want to just settle in and allow yourself to create the space that you need for your practice. And to do that, just closing your eyes and letting go of tension and tightness helps bring us to the present moment. And let's take our hands together in prayer, bringing your thumbs to the center of your heart. And let's open the eyes slowly. Inhale, lift the arms all the way out to the side and up, bringing your palms together. Exhale, lower the hands down to the chest. And raising your arms all the way up, lifting up. And taking the hands to the chest again as you exhale. 2 more times like that. Raise the arms all the way up, stretching as high as you can, hands together. Exhale and bring it down. And then taking both arms up again and bringing both hands down. From here, you sit up nice and tall. Let's take both arms out to the side. I'm going to bring the hands behind us. So as you do, try to keep your belly in. Try not to arch the lower back. Send your knuckles down to the mat and then gently pull them away from your butt. And as you pull the belly into the back of the spine, hinge from your hips and just take a little forward fold here. So try not to round through the shoulders or round through the back. You want to just hinge from your hips, lead with your chest, and keep stretching the knuckles down away from your butt, down towards the mat, but then away from your butt to maintain that straight spine. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Feel those shoulders really pulling down as you fold forward, feeling the stretch opening into the lower back and the hips. And then slowly take it back and up. Let's bring both arms all the way up. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly fold forward, sweep the arms all the way back. Bring your arms forward alongside your ears. Inhale. And exhale, round the back, bend the elbows, take your chin into the chest. Inhale, scoop the hands forward, arms come alongside the ears, lift it up. Exhale, round the back, bend the elbows, chin into the chest. Inhale, straightening the arms, coming forward. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the back, chin in. Inhale, scoop it forward, sit up tall. Exhale and round. And coming forward again, inhale, stretch the arms alongside the ears, and then from here, just raise your legs and bring the legs down, folding forward and hold in a forward bend. Reaching your fingers as far forward as you can, but maintaining that length through your spine. So just like you did when you were folding forward with your hands behind you, try to keep that back nice and long. Try not to round through the shoulders and pull the belly in, tuck your tail under so that you don't arch your back. You want to pull that navel into the back of the spine and just hinge forward. And walk your hands all the way up. We're going to lift the legs again. As we lift the legs, we're going to take the feet forward and just keep your calves parallel to the mat. Just taking a boat pose to begin, just to warm up the belly. Extend those arms forward. Keep your belly pulled in. Holding here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's cross the legs and let's take those arms all the way up. Inhale and fold forward as you exhale. Sweep the arms back. Arms go forward again. Inhale, and this time again, lifting the legs up and lower the legs. Extend the arms forward. Come up and lift up and coming forward and lift up. And last time, coming forward and lifting the legs. And we're going to go back into boat. So uncross the ankles, thighs together, ankles together. Stretch and reach through your fingers, pulling your navel into the back of the spine. Getting those abdominals to fire up. Keep the shoulders pulled down away from the ears. 2 more breaths. Keep those knees pressed together. And 1 more inhale and exhale. Cross your legs. And let's take the hands forward and rolling right up into a tabletop position. So allow the palms to come right under your shoulders and knees come right under your hips, making sure that your legs are about hip distance apart. We're going to start to take the body around in a circular motion. So you want to keep your palms flat on the floor and keep your arms straight. So try not to bend the elbows. Just take your right shoulder, start to move it towards the right, and then we're making a circle around your mat or around your wrist. Just keep circling it around. Try to keep the butt facing to the wall behind you, so we're not bringing the buttocks down towards the heels. Just making that circular motion. You'll feel it in your wrist a little bit. And then once you come forward and over to the left, reverse your circle, going the opposite direction. So you want to circle around the wrist, keeping both arms straight as you do this. You're going to be feeling it in your wrist. And taking it around one last time, and then come forward, holding in your tabletop position. Take your palms a little bit further forward. Curl your toes, and let's raise up into down dog. So you want to draw your tailbone towards your heels, raise your knees, and drop the crown of your head towards the mat. And then press your right heel to the floor, bend the left leg at the knee. And switch sides. Left heel presses down, right leg bend. And again, right heel presses down, bend the left knee. And press the left heel down, bending the right knee. And both heels press to the floor. Bend both legs at the knees and just try to press your chest a little closer to your side. Let your head really hang. Let that tailbone really tilt up. Push the chest towards your thighs. Shoulders open away from the ears. And then very slowly, keeping the shoulders open, start to push through your heels. You want to try not to force the weight to go into the wrist. Press down through your heels. And then look forward and let's walk the feet all the way to the front of your mat as you come into a forward fold. Lengthen, sliding your hands up the shins. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Sliding up again. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale and fold. And let's take the arms out to the side in T position. Hinge from your hips and take your arms all the way up. Bring your hands together and slowly bring your hands to the chest. Hold here with your thumbs right into the center of your chest and allow the eyes to close. Continue to breathe. And making sure that you feel connected with all 4 corners of your feet. Enjoy your tailbone pressing down. Your tailbone presses down. Your navel draws into the back of the spine. Thumbs into the sternum, shoulders away from the ears. And let the eyes just Close if you feel comfortable doing that. And slowly let your eyes open. Lift the arms all the way up. Inhale, palms come together. Slight back bend here. Look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive down. Slide your hands up the shins. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Fold with your exhale. Plant the hands to the mat. Left leg back. Right leg back. Taking it right into a plank, a high push-up. Bring your knees to the mat. Tilt your tail up. Then allow the chest to move forward, coming in between your hands. Tailbone stays lifted. Slide it through for your cobra. And then take it up into your down dog. And breathing here. Lifting the sits bones up. Continue to drop the head. And again, we're going to bend the legs at the knees, pressing your chest a little closer to the sides. Let that tailbone really lift. Let your head hang heavy. And keep pushing the mat away. So you want to feel that your heels of the hands are pushing your butt back. And look forward. Walk the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Slide your hands up the shins. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Fold with your exhale. Arms out to the side and T. Hinge from your hips and come up. Bring your hands to press. Slight back bend here. And return the hands back to the center of the heart. So we're coming back to our mountain pose with the thumbs to the chest. And just starting to warm up the body. So you might feel right away that you've just generated a little bit of heat, a little bit of energy. So we'll do one more sun salutation and then we'll move into stretching the other parts of the legs and the rest of the body. So opening your eyes. Inhale, bow the head, stretch the arms out to the side, lifting up, palms together, look up. Slide arch back, swan dive down, exhale. Slide the hands up your shins, inhale. Fold as you exhale, plant the hands, step the legs back. So you want to come into your high push-up plank, shoulders stay over your palms, then bring your knees down. Hug the elbows in, tilt your tail, bring your chest and chin to the floor. Make sure your belly and hips are not touching. Inhale, scoop forward for your cobra, roll the shoulders back. Exhale it up for your down dog. And breathing here. So we're going to hold it here about 5 breaths. You want to really feel that you can get that deep stretch opening through the shoulders and pressing the heels back, but you want to make sure that you're not bringing the weight forward. So you should not have all the weight coming into your wrists. The energy should be lifting. So if you feel that you're putting too much pressure into the neck and shoulders and the wrists, bend your knees again like we did earlier and really send that tailbone back. So it's okay if your legs are bent. What you don't want to have is a rounded back. Inhale here, looking forward. Walk your feet all the way to the front of your mat. And exhale, sliding the hands up the shins. Inhale. And fold with your exhale, reversing your swan dive as the arms extend. Long spine, come all the way up. Bring your palms together, gaze up, slide arch back. And return the hands back to the center of your heart. Take your chin to the chest. Hold here. Once again, noticing the energy, the full energy that's moving through your body. Noticing that maybe you've had to really increase the length and duration of your breath. So we want to make sure that we keep that control of our breath throughout our practice. Nice deep breath here. 2 more breaths. And if you have your eyes closed, let them open. And then we'll return the chin level with the mat. From here, we're going to take a step with the right foot going back. And we're going to be facing towards the long edge of the mat. So when you take this big step, make sure your feet are about 4 feet apart, 3.5 to 4 feet apart. And turn your toes so that they're facing the long edge of the mat, not the corners. You want to tuck your tailbone under and place your hands onto your hips. Pull the shoulders back, the elbows back towards each other. Tuck your tail under and squeeze your shoulder blades. So we don't want to arch that lower back. We want to really keep that lower back flat. As you pull your elbows towards each other, hinge from your hips and let your chest lift up. Bring your head with you. Inhale, fold with an exhale. Keep that belly drawn into the back of the spine. So you don't want to arch that back. You want to tuck your tail under. Keep those elbows facing towards each other and only fold down as far as you can go without bending your legs. So if you're starting to bend your knees, come up a little higher and get those legs to go straight. Keep the crown of your head in alignment with your tailbone. So if you're about 90 degrees, you don't want your head to be hanging down towards the floor. So your head is facing the direction that your tailbone is facing. So as you continue to hinge, maybe eventually your tailbone lifts and your head will come a little bit lower. But don't let your chin tuck into the chest. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Feeling that deep stretch into the back of your legs. Hinge from your hips, come all the way up. Inhale, elbows squeeze together, lift your chest. And exhale, return back to center. Let's take both arms all the way up, turning your toes out to the corners of your mat now. So you're angling the toes so that they face the corners of your mat. Pull your belly in, bend both legs at the knees, and we're going to bend both elbows, keeping our shoulders and elbows in alignment for goalpost position here. So your arms are in goalpost. And we want to really work on those, stretching out those inner thighs. So pull your knees to the wall behind you. Try not to let those knees drop down towards the big toes. So keep pulling them back. And then stand straight up, straightening your legs, straightening the arms. Inhale, exhale, and bend. Go a little deeper. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale and bend. Take that tailbone down a little lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and bend. So get that tailbone to go even a little bit lower than it was perhaps before. Elbows are lined up with your shoulders, so try not to let them drop down, and draw your belly into the back of the spine. Nice deep inhale and exhale here. And then stand straight up. We're going to release the arms out in T position, and you're going to turn those toes so they're facing once again to the long edge of your mat. So make sure that you have your block handy. You're going to bring the block somewhere where you can be able to grab it if you're going to need it. So your toes are now facing the long edge of the mat. We're raising both arms up. Inhale, belly in. As you exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. And now place your hands onto the block wherever you need to. Make sure those legs are staying straight. If you're very flexible through the hamstrings, maybe you can bring your hands to the floor, but sometimes flexibility doesn't really happen in the back of the legs. So make sure that the shoulders are over your palms. So whether you're on your block, and it doesn't matter what height you're at, as long as you're feeling the stretch, just maintain that stretch. And then from here, so both hands are down on the block, we're going to take the left arm and we're going to extend it out to the side. And then you're going to start to take a twist, rotating towards the left. Lift that left arm up. So you want your left shoulder to try and stack over the right. So both legs are continuing to stay straight. And just get that rotation wherever you are on the block, and that allowing that left arm to extend up. Look towards the left thumb and breathe. And then let's release that left hand down. Place it right where your right hand is. Inhale, right arm goes up and twisting, reaching up. Look up towards that right thumb and breathe. So wherever you are, those legs are straight. No bending in one leg or the other, or both legs. Both legs are continue to stay straight here. And then release that right hand back down onto your block or the floor. And then from here, we're going to just place the hands right on that block or the floor. You're going to bend your left leg, keeping the toes still facing the long edge of your mat. As you bend the left leg, drop your pelvis down towards the mat and push that left knee towards your pinky toe. This is going to really give a stretch into the inner right thigh. You'll feel it in your left hip flexor. Keeping the hands towards the middle of the mat, lift that, straighten that left leg, lifting your body up and bend through the right knee now, pushing that right knee towards the pinky toe side of the foot. So you want to push it back, feeling that left inner thigh stretch. So the left leg stays straight, the right knee is bent, straighten, and let's bend the left leg. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the right leg. And go as deep as you can. Inhale, exhale, push that left knee towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Come back up, inhale, Exhale, bend that right knee. Inhale, come up. Let's release from the block. Walk to the left foot as we come into a lunge position. Rotate onto the ball of your right foot. Let your right knee lower down to the mat. And if you need your block, you're going to bring the block next to your left big toe, whatever level you need. Take the hand onto the block. Stretch your left arm forward, open the chest, and reach that left arm up. Just like we did earlier in that when we had that wide space between the legs, we want to do the same thing with that left shoulder stacked over the right. So raise the level of your block to make sure that your arm is not extended to the side. So you want to rotate up. And then bring your left hand down. We're going to bring the right foot to meet the left. And we're going to switch sides. So we're going to take the left leg, slide it back for a lunge position. Right knee comes over the ankle and lower the left knee down. Bring the block to the inside of your big toe. Sweep your right arm forward and rotate into your twist. So you want to really open up the right side of your chest and roll the right shoulder back so that the right shoulder stacks over the left and the arm will go up and extend and not face more to the corner. So giving yourself a little bit more space by lifting your body away from the floor may help you find more space for your shoulder to stack over the left. And then bring that right hand down. And we're going to take the right foot and bring it back to a down dog. So both palms come on either side of your right foot. The left toes curl and the right leg is going to go back for a down dog. And breathe here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Right from here, let's widen the stance of the feet. So take the pinky edges of your feet to the edges of your mat and press your heels, widen that stance and get a little bit more stretch. Feel it into the back of your legs, okay, perhaps more through the calves, and dropping your head a little closer to the floor. Bend both legs at the knees, and let's start to walk the hands to the feet. As you come down, your feet stay flat. So as you come closer to your feet go flat. You can turn the feet out to the edges, and you want to sit your tailbone down. You don't want to lift your heels. Now, if you need the block, you're going to bring your block with you. And if you can't get yourself all the way down without lifting the heels, you can sit on the block, wherever you need to. So if you need the block to raise you up, you want to feel that inner thigh stretch. So whatever height feels good. Maybe you don't need the block. Your elbows are pulling in towards the insides of your thighs, and your thumbs are right into the chest. So you should feel this in the groin area. And let's just hold here. Close your eyes and breathe. Keep feeling your belly pulling in. Tailbone drops down towards the mat. One more inhale and exhale. Release both hands down so your palms are coming flat on the floor. Start to raise your hips. As you lift your hips, heel-toe your feet closer together and keep them about hip distance apart. Taking yogi toe lock here, so your first two fingers and your thumb are going to hook around the big toes of each foot. So once you take and hook around, you're going to pull the chest away from your thighs, lengthen your spine, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale, pull the chest into the thighs. And if your elbows bend, let them lay out to the side. So try to keep both legs straight and pull your chest into the thighs. Nice deep inhale and exhale. So we're getting a deep stretch into the back of the legs. So we work the inner thighs, outer thighs. And slowly release your hands. Slide both hands up the shins, lengthening your spine. Bring the arms out in T, hinge from your hips, and slowly come all the way up. Bring your hands together and release your hands to the center of your heart. So you're at the back of your mat. Make sure that you're facing the front of your mat, but you're at the back of your mat. I'm going to take a big step with the left foot going forward. So take that step and keep the toes facing towards the front of your mat. You're going to turn the right toes so that they're angled more to the longer side of your mat, more to the corner, so you don't want to turn them back. They should be angled a little bit more facing forward. You're going to open the hips to the right. Keep that left leg straight. Bring both arms out in T position for triangle. The left heel should line up with the instep of your right foot. So you want to really feel your hips rotating open to the long side. Look down the fingers of your left hand. Inhale, stretch out with that left hand, pulling your left thigh into your hip, pushing the right hip out. Reach out and then bring your hand down towards the shin. Right hand comes to your hip. Rotate, open that right rib cage. And once again, when the arm goes up, it stacks over the shoulder. So we always want to make sure that we have that right shoulder, or whatever side we're working on, the shoulders line up. So reaching up through the fingers, look up towards the thumb and breathe. Try to just rest your hand, or just let the palm of the hand face towards that long side of the mat. Look down at your left big toe. Let's come all the way up. We're going to switch sides, so keep your arms right where they are. Turn your left toes so that they angle more to the long edge of the mat, to the back corner, and the right toes move to that shorter edge. Right heel lines up with the instep of the left foot. Both hips face that long side of your mat. Engaging your right quadricep. So you want to tighten that right thigh and then start to reach and extend with the right hand for your triangle. Keep pulling the thigh into your hip. Release the right hand down, left hand to your left hip. Now roll the shoulder, roll the left rib cage up, and then again, left shoulder should stack over the right for the arm to go up. So if you have trouble doing that with the arm going up, with the shoulder stacking, you can take your hand on your hip and just keep trying to roll that shoulder back more, so that eventually the arm will be able to just float up. So it's kind of like the wing of a bird. It will just extend. And so keep looking up towards the thumb. If that hurts your neck or bothers your neck, and just let the crown of your head extend towards that shorter end of your mat. And then look down at your right big toe. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, and we're going to turn so that now the left toes face back to the front of the mat. We're going to bend the left leg at the knee, and we're going to take the left arm extended out and drop your pelvis down. So the left arm is extended. We're taking warrior two. The crown of your head is right over your tailbone. Left heel lines up with the instep of your right foot. So as we're in this warrior two, the left thigh is parallel to the mat. And breathe. Bring the shoulders down. 2 more breaths. Try to relax your shoulders. You don't want to feel the shoulders hunching up. You don't want to tense up the shoulders. You want to really relax the shoulders. Really pressing through the edge of your right foot. Left knee moves forward. And from here, straighten the left leg. Bring both arms up. Turn the feet the opposite way, so your left toes angle to the back corner. The right toes go to the short back edge of your mat. Both arms out, bend the leg, and come to your warrior two. So you want to make sure your knees always stay over the ankles when you're in this in the bent knee position. Pull the belly in, shoulders down, gazing down the fingers of your right hand. Really feel that you're pressing down to the outer edge of your left foot. So lengthening that left leg, it's strong, and the leg is not bending. The only leg that's bending is your right leg. And that right knee is moving towards the pinky toe side of your foot. And one more inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, raise the arms, straighten the right leg. Exhale, we're going to turn those toes so that they're facing towards that long edge of the mat. Bring the arms out in T position and interlace your fingers behind you. Stretch your knuckles down towards the mat. Pull them away from your butt. Retuck your hips, so press the tailbone down towards the mat. Lift your chest, inhale, and fold as you exhale. So waking up those legs, those inner thighs, outer thighs. Stretching the knuckles up, drop the crown of your head towards the mat. As long as your tailbone and head are in alignment. That's fine. Try not to tuck the chin into the chest. And stretch the knuckles up as high as you can, continuing to get the stretch through the back of your legs. And slowly come back up. Nice long spine. Hinge from your hips. Keep the knuckles away from your butt. Lift your chest. And return back center. Bring both arms all the way up. Turning your left toes to the front of your mat. Bring your right foot to meet the left as you end up back at the front of your mat. Bring both hands to prayer and hold. So as you're in your mountain pose, just feel grounded and connected. Reconnect with your breath if you need to. Make sure that your breath is always flowing and use that breath to help manage that energy. And so we're going to go and take 2 more sun salutations again as we did at the very beginning. And we're not going to hold the down dog. So we're going to just flow with 2 sun salutations. Inhale, bow the head, sweep the arms all the way up, palms come together, look up. Wide arch back, swan dive it down, exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine, fold as you exhale, legs go back to plank, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lift, exhale, down dog. Walking the feet forward. Lengthen on your inhale, fold on your exhale. Reverse that swan dive as the arms come up. Lift up, palms together, slight arch back. And exhale, hands to prayer. Right into the second one. Inhale, let the arms come up. Palms together, slight arch back. Swan dive it down, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale and fold. Both legs go back, plank. Take it down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, scoop and lift. Exhale, down dog. And legs walk forward, coming all the way to the top of your mat. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale and fold. Arms go out to the side. Inhale, lift up. Palms together, look up, slight arch back. Hands to prayer as you exhale down. And hold. And just breathe. Feel the flow of energy moving through your body. And so containing or keeping the energy managed by the way that you're breathing. And slowly return your chin level with the mat. Let's bring both arms down. From here, we're going to take a balanced pose. So separate your legs about hip distance apart. And we're going to just put the weight over into the right leg. So once your weight goes over into the right leg, really ground through the ball mound of the foot. Feel that the toes are on the floor but not gripping the floor. So you want to feel strength in that right leg. And then very slowly begin to lift your left leg. Let that knee stay over the ankle and make sure your left hip moves down. So you don't want to lift the hip up towards your rib cage. Let's bring both arms out to the side and hold here. And just try to find that balance. So this can be challenging for some of us, especially if you've not been practicing for a while. And if you're feeling strong and maybe would like to, see if you can take it back into a lunge. So take that left leg back, bring both arms up, and take it right into a high lunge. So everyone can meet in the high lunge, and we're going to come back to that balance again. So if you don't want to go into the lunge, just keep working on finding that balance in that with that left leg lifted. We're going to take that left foot and bring it forward as we straighten the right leg. Both arms go out in T position and lift. Use your Ujjayi breath. And then bring that leg down, lower the arm. And if you need to, shake out your standing leg, maybe kind of wiggle the foot around, do whatever you need to do. You want to feel that work in that right leg. So switching sides now, you want to release the energy over into the left leg
So press down into the ball mound of the left toes. Let the toes flatten. Lift out of that left leg. And when you're ready, raise your right leg, keeping the knee over your ankle, and then bring both arms out in T. So one side may feel easier, so don't worry. Maybe both sides are challenging for you. Just do the best you can. And if you have to come out, and then try to just get yourself grounded into that standing leg. Refocus, regroup, and raise your leg up when you need to. So keep trying for the challenge that you are willing to face at this point and that you're willing to really accept. So maybe you're not going to be taking it back into the lunge, but maybe you want to on this side. So taking that right leg back, both arms come up and you're in your high lunge. The left knee should be over your ankle. Both hips are facing towards the front edge of the mat. And press back through that right heel. So try to keep that right leg from bending. And breathe. The more you push back, the more you'll feel the stretch coming into that right leg. And then we're going to take it through once again into that balance. So you're going to let that left leg straighten as the right leg comes through. And lift it up, and then bring the arms back out in T. If you need to lower the leg down, lower it down, and then come back. So it can get frustrating if we really feel that we're not able to balance. Sometimes that can really generate a lot of frustration. Bring the arms down and lower that right foot and shake out that left leg. But if you get frustrated, try to just calm your mind, go back to your breath, and keep practicing, because practice helps you perfect your balancing. And some days you might not really feel that you're able to balance, even if you've been doing it for a very long time. Let's raise both arms up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands to the mat and step your legs back to plank position. So shoulders are pulling back. Bring your knees right down to the mat and come right onto your forearms. So we're going to come into a dolphin plank. Spread your fingers wide. Keep your shoulders over your elbows, and then take your legs, extend them back. So you don't want to pike your butt up. You want to keep your back nice and long and straight and tuck your tail under. Try not to collapse through the shoulders, so keep pulling your shoulders away from the ears. Push back through your heels. Keep that navel drawn into the back of the spine, and make sure your tailbone is tucking under. So you don't want to let the hips collapse down, and you don't want your butt to be up. So you want to try and keep the length through the spine, pulling the belly in. One more deep inhale, and exhale. Let's lower to the knees and take our first child's pose, bringing the forehead down to the mat, and keep your arms extended forward. And take a rest here, just breathe. If your forehead doesn't touch the mat, use your block and let the forehead rest on your block. Relax those hips down. And slowly come back onto all fours. So you're back onto your palms, and your knees are under your hips, shoulder width apart. Your arms are shoulder width apart, and knees are hip width apart. I'm going to thread the needle for a little twist. So we're going to start with the left side first. Let the left arm extend out to the side, raise it all the way up, and follow your hand as it comes up. And then let that left hand thread behind the right wrist. Keep reaching your fingers all the way over to the right side, and let your cheek, ear, and temple come to the mat. Your buttocks will be up in the air. And try to really keep pulling that right shoulder to stack it over the left. So this can be a little bit of a challenge here in the twist. Do the best you can and just maintain where you are. So from here, if you can, bring your right hand and place it right on top of the left hand, but you want your right arm and left arm to be completely straight. So when you bring the hand on top of the left hand, if your elbow is bending, pull the shoulder back more so that both arms remain straight. Just give a little bit more intensity into the twist. Then raise your right arm up if you'd like, as long as that right shoulder is stacked over the left. So if it's not, just keep the hands here and keep trying to pull that right shoulder back. If your right arm is lifted, we're going to bring it back down onto the mat. So place the right hand, even if it's on your left hand, place it back to the mat. Slide your left arm back, following the thumb all the way up, and bring the palm back under the shoulder. So now we're going to do the other side. Right arm extends out, follow the thumb as it lifts up, and follow as that right hand goes behind the left wrist and keep stretching all the way to the left. As the right ear comes down, cheek, temple, the buttocks will be up in the air. Try to pull that left shoulder to stack it over the right. Only go as far as you're comfortable. Don't strain. If you force it, you might end up straining a muscle or pulling a muscle, and that won't feel good. Just hold here. Continue to breathe. And if you can, if that left hand can come on top of the right and both arms can go straight, you can keep that left hand there. You're trying to pull the left shoulder back, maybe pushing the right shoulder more towards the left and pulling the left shoulder back to the right. If you want, the left arm can extend up, stretching through the fingers. And then place the left hand back down onto the mat. Slide your right hand and follow the thumb as it reaches all the way up. And place your right hand back down underneath your shoulder. From here, just kind of bring your knees in a little closer. Cross at your ankles and sit down onto your buttocks. And sit with your legs crossed. Sit up nice and tall. And let your crown of the head stack over your tailbone, pull the belly in, shoulders away from the ears. Let your eyes open, and let's extend both legs forward. Taking a forward bend, so just kind of rock, removing the flesh from underneath your buttocks. Make sure that those legs go as straight as possible. If you need to sit on your block, sit on your block. Bring your hands in prayer and raise both arms up. So all the forward bends, we hinge from the hips and we take ourselves down. We don't round the back and drop the chin in. So the chest, the belly is coming to the thighs, the chest extends forward and down, and then just let your hands come to rest onto your shins and let those shoulders pull back. So we want the motion, the hinging motion, to come from the hips, not from rounding and dropping the chin. So not rounding the back, not dropping the chin, just pull those hips back. You're going to feel a stretch through your lower back. As you continue to keep the feet flexed, you'll feel a stretch through the back of your legs. And slowly lift up and walk your hands in, folding the right sole of your foot into the inner left thigh. So you want to keep both hips facing the front of the mat. Left toes are flexed. Bring your hands to prayer. Raise both arms all the way up. And that hinging motion. So if this is as far as you go, just lower your hands down. Keep pulling the left hip back, trying to let that belly come onto that left thigh. As you fold, the back remains long. And then as you continue to fold, with that length through your spine, eventually when you get your whole chest down, then you can just kind of round a little bit through the back. But you want to move with the length in the spine first. Inhale, slowly come back up. And then from here, let's take that right foot, cross it over the left leg. Sit up tall and bring both arms all the way up. Inhale, we're going to hold to the left knee as the right hand comes behind us for a twist. So press down, roll the shoulders down. Keep that left foot extended and flexed. And let's open up into this twist, looking over the right shoulder. Both shoulders move down. Continuing to take your Ujjayi breath here, breathing. And release out of your twist. Release your right foot forward, and we're going to fold the left foot in. So the sole of the left foot is going to come to the inner right thigh.
Both hips remain facing forward, so we don't want to angle our hips to the left. And flexing the right foot, pressing into the back of the knee. Really feel your right hip pulling back. Let your left knee relax out to the side, both hands to prayer. Inhale, raise the arms. Hinging forward. Only take it to where you can go. Release the arms, not rounding the back. Moving that right hip back. Let the belly come towards the thigh first. The chest stays open until you can fold and bring your whole chest down. And once you can, then you can just drop the nose to the knee. But try not to round and then just let your head hang. You want to feel that your chin can come down towards the shin first. And then slowly walk up. And then take the left foot, cross it over the right thigh. Sit up tall. Raise the arms up. Right hand to the left knee and left hand behind. As you take your twist, roll the shoulders down. Make sure that you're always feeling space. Make sure that right leg is engaged. Flex the foot. Both shoulders down away from the ears. And slowly coming back. And release your left foot. We're going to take Baddha Konasana. So you want to bring the soles of your feet together. Take the insides of your feet, turn them up towards the ceiling, and let your knees just release out to the side. Take that back nice and long. Pull the belly in, and we're going to round down. So now we are going to round the back, and you're going to draw the forehead down towards the soles of your feet. And the back is going to round, but the shoulders don't hunch. So keep pulling the shoulders back. Use your elbows to gently press into the legs. Don't force the push of the elbows into the legs. Don't want to strain the inner thighs or the groin area. So you don't want to injure those muscles. And hold. Just breathe. Feel that stretch opening in through the inner thighs. Go where you're comfortable. And you can breathe with the stretch. The longer you hold, the longer the body starts to understand that you're in this position, you're going to be there safely, so maybe it lets you go a little deeper. And slowly come back up and lean your hands back. Place the feet to the outside of your mat, and then windshield wiper your legs from side to side, just loosening up through the inner thighs. And we're going to scoot down to the front of the mat and end up lying down on your back. And once you come there, we're going to take bridge pose. So your feet are flat on the mat, your arms are right alongside you. Tuck your tailbone under or tilt your pelvis up. So your tailbone tucks or pelvis tilts up. Belly is pressing into the back of the spine, so your lower back is flat onto the mat. Your toes are pointing forward, so try not to turn them to the corners of the room. And then we're going to lift the hips up. So keep the belly drawn in. Lift your hips. Raise up as high as you can go. So really let those hips lift up. And breathe here. Try to make sure your knees are pulling in close towards each other. As you lift the hips, you're getting that stretch through the back. Holding here. If you want to go a little deeper, take one arm underneath and keep it straight, and then bring the other arm underneath your back and maybe interlace your fingers. But you want your arms to be completely straight. Don't bend your elbows. So if your elbows are bending, just keep bringing the arms in closer until eventually you get that space. The chest will lift, the hips lift up a little higher, and then release your arms out from underneath you. Very slowly, let each vertebra come down onto the mat. Keep the tilt in your pelvis. And once your sacrum is down, your tailbone releases. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock it out nice and slow. And then place both feet down to the floor. Just let your arms relax. And now we'll prepare for our relaxation No more work, nothing else that you need to do. So extend one leg straight forward, then the other. Open out from your hips, let your feet relax, let your arms stretch out slightly away from your body, turning your palms to the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Close your eyes. Rather than letting your mind just dart from one thought to the next or move towards the postures that you were not able to do, let it all go. It's all done now. You did the best that you could. So create some sense of acceptance, not creating disappointment. So if you get frustrated, sometimes we get very angry at ourselves. So rather than getting angry, just accept what you were able to accomplish today. Be grateful that you did that, whatever it was. And each time that you come to your mat, you're bringing a different body, it's a different day, a different sense of energy level. And just let everything go. Really feel that you're moving into deep relaxation. With each exhale, the body lets go a little bit more. Any tension, any tightness in the muscles. Let those muscles relax. And just now let all the muscles in your body soften as much as they can. Let go of any of the thoughts that might be holding you back. And sometimes when we're thinking, the body can tighten up and tense up from the thoughts that we're having. So if we try to let those thoughts go, it's easier to help the body let go as well. So connecting the mind and the body into full sense of relaxation. And just taking this time now, the next few minutes, this is the time to relax and to integrate what you've done. Accept where you are in your practice. And let everything go that you're holding on to. With each exhale, feel the surrender, moving away from tightness and opening up into the freedom of calm and peace. Very slowly start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, allowing yourself to come back into your physical body, feeling your physical body resting on your mat. And taking a nice deep inhale, stretching arms all the way over your head. Exhale out any side sounds or moans. Just get a nice, beautiful, deep stretch. Then gently hug your knees into your chest. And taking a few gentle rocks as you move from side to side. Just massage your back. And when you feel ready, just roll all the way over onto the right side of your mat. Let your head rest gently onto your inner right arm so that you create a pillow for your head to rest. And take a moment as you stay here. Be with your stillness. Be with your peace. And recognizing that this feeling, the sensations of relaxation are the results of your practice, the effort that you put in. And very slowly with your left hand push into the mat and guide yourself up to a seated position. Sit up nice and tall. And place your left hand onto your belly and your right hand onto your heart. And allow yourself to feel the breath moving and pushing into your left palm. So the belly pushes into the palm, pulls away from the palm as you breathe. Inhaling, pushing into the palm, and exhaling, pulling away. And then just take your awareness away from that, but keep doing that same movement. And now allow your focus and concentration to come more to where your right hand is, over the center of your heart. And listen, feel the pulsation of your heart beating. And just stay with that for a little while. The breath moving in and out. And the heart beating, pumping the blood. And slowly bring your hands into Anjali Mudra prayer position and let your thumbs gently press to the center of your heart. And we'll close our practice with the sound of Om. We'll chant Om one time. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Om. And very slowly and gently, taking your chin down to your chest, bowing to that light and love that shines within you. Know that that light and love shines brightly within each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your practice, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good evening.